Hi, my name's Phil Gardner and welcome to Fun with Boxes. Today I'm taking a look at the brand new trading card game from Disney, and that's the hugely anticipated Disney Lorcana. The buzz surrounding the release of this game has been massive, so much so that since it was released last week it is pretty much sold out everywhere. I believe you may still be able to get hold of the 3 starter decks, which I will show you in a moment, but the booster packs and other versions of the game are all sold out and now already selling on eBay for silly prices. But do not be alarmed, as Ravensburger have tweeted, or X'd, if that's an expression now these days, who knows, that they are reprinting booster packs and they should be back available next month in October. And full reprints of all the products are expected to arrive early in the new year, as far as I'm aware. This is such a shame, as the demand for this product prior to launch seemed massive, so to sell out within days seems like they underestimated this demand by some margin. I really hope this does not damage the game long term, as they will be a few months before the products are back in stock, and that could kill the interest in the game if people cannot get their hands on new cards to add to their collection and allow them to get deck building. The danger here is people could switch off and focus on something else if all they have are the 3 starter decks to play with and they cannot get hold of anything else. Let's hope the booster packs arrive quickly and the reprints not far behind them, and that people are still able to buy those starter decks in the meantime. Okay, so what exactly is Disney Lorcana? Well, Lorcana is a trading card game, and if you know or have heard of Magic the Gathering, you will know exactly what a trading card game is. If you don't, well, a trading card game usually has starter decks that you can buy to ease you into how to play the game and get you up and running with a pre-made deck of cards. Each starter deck provides you with a set deck of cards to play, so if you and a friend bought the same starter deck, you will both have exactly the same cards. Then you can buy booster packs, which will give you, in the case of Lorcana, 12 totally random cards, and this is where the collecting aspect of a trading card game comes into play. You will be looking for new cards you do not have to add to your collection, and inevitably you will get a lot of duplicate cards. And if you have some friends who play, then you will probably want to trade cards with them to get the cards you need. But it's not just the collecting the cards. The more cards you have allows you the opportunity to build your own deck, rather than use the basic starter decks that everyone has. This allows you to tailor your deck to work in its own way, so that you can really challenge your friends the next time you play. Lorcana Chapter 1 has 204 cards in total for you to collect, with an additional 12 extra special cards that are extremely rare indeed, called enchanted cards. And that is another thing that collectible cards bring, the chance to find cards that are rarer and harder to find in those booster packs. In Lorcana you will find common cards, uncommon, rare, super rare, legendary and the ultra rare enchanted cards. And in each booster pack the 12 cards are made up of the following. You will get 6 common cards, 3 uncommon cards, 2 rare or better cards and 1 foil card of any rarity. And a foil card is a special version of the card that is shiny to look at and very nice indeed. So you can see that you will quickly collect a lot of common cards, but the chances of you getting a lot of super rare or above cards, well, that's going to take some time, my friend. There are small symbols at the bottom of each card that tells you if the card is common, uncommon and so on. So that's a handy way of checking the rarity of the cards you have. With that all being said, let's take a Fun with Boxes look at what you get when you pick up a starter deck. Each starter deck comes with a 60 card deck of cards, which includes 2 foil versions of the characters on the front of the deck box. You get 11 game tokens to use, a quick start rules leaflet that explains how to play the game, and finally one of those lovely booster packs that gives you 12 random cards and with a chance of snaffling yourself a super rare or better card. And the excitement of opening up a booster pack cannot be underestimated. The thought of getting a legendary card or, oh my, an enchanted card, well, it's so addictive, and so buyer beware. Before you know it, you will have remortgaged your house to feed your booster pack habit. I have boxes and boxes of Magic the Gathering cards, for example, so believe me when I say buyer beware. Ah, but it's a great hobby. And who needs money, eh? And on to what Lorcana is. Welcome to the magical realm called Lorcana. At its centre is the great Illuminary. The Illuminary summoned you into a vast atrium. A mechanism there towers over an open book. Sparkling down from above is a stream of colourful story stars, each containing fragments of Disney stories. You have a unique tool called an ink caster, and when you hold it above the book, magical ink pulses with energy and combines with the light from a story star on a page of the lore book in front of you, creating an image of a Disney character. The image rises off the page. This is a glimmer, a new version of the character that only exists in this world. As an Illuminator, you can create glimmers of characters and items to add to the lore of Lorcana, a treasure that must be preserved and protected at all costs. Soon, other Illuminators across the globe will be called to the aid of Lorcana. You'll summon glimmers to quest with you as you search for missing lore in a race against time. Only together can you protect this wondrous realm from threats. Illuminators use 6 magical inks to summon glimmers of Disney characters. Some will appear as familiar friends, while others will appear in fantastic new forms. And each type of magical ink gives the glimmers different qualities. No ink is innately good or evil, and both heroes and villains can be found in all 6 inks that exist. The different inks are amber, amethyst, emerald, ruby, sapphire and steel. Okay, let's take a look at the cards and what they can do, and then I will give you a very brief look at how to play the game. There are 3 types of cards: characters, items and actions. Here is a typical character card. It's Mickey Mouse. Why, of course. You can easily tell a character card from the others, as all characters have these icons on the right hand side of their cards. These icons are the strength and willpower that are used while challenging in the game. In this case, Mickey would deal 3 damage from his strength and can take 3 damage in return before being banished from play. And these are the lore value icons. So when Mickey goes on a quest, he will gain you 2 lore. And lore is your path to victory. The first person to reach 20 lore points wins in a game of Lorcana. All cards have an ink cost to be able to play them. Mickey costs 3 ink to play. Cards with this logo around their ink cost can be used as ink instead of playing them. Cards without this logo cannot be used as ink. You will need to build up a pool of ink cards to use to be able to play your cards from your hand. So choosing which cards to play as ink is a key part of the game, as you will never be able to play any cards without them. The rest of the cards feature the character's name as well as ink symbol and classifications. Mickey's ink is amber and he is a story-born hero. This part will list any abilities or effects, or will give you some flavour text. And at the bottom we have the card number, the name of the artist and the rarity icon. In this case, Mickey Mouse True Friend is an uncommon card. And here is an item card. These stay in play when you play them, and you can use them on your turn for their abilities. In this case, if you have Dinglehopper in play, you can exert it, turn it sideways to show that you have exerted it, to remove 1 damage from a chosen character. That little symbol means exert, that is turning it sideways. And finally, here is an action card. Action cards give you a one-time effect and then they are put into your discard pile. In this case, Control Your Temper will reduce a character's strength by 2 points. So you have an idea of what the cards do. How do you play? Well, you take your deck of cards, which can be made up of cards from one colour or by mixing cards of 2 colours, no more than 2 mind you. In the case of the starter decks, you simply shuffle your deck of cards and you are ready to play. You each draw 7 cards and simply choose a player at random to start. And the only thing you need to be aware of is that the starting player does not draw a card at the start of their turn, but will do on future turns. The starter deck comes with paper playmats, not the best of things, but they are handy to use to place your cards on as you play and keep track of your lore points. You can use the included punch tokens as well. Again, they are okay, but also not the best quality. But it's the cards that count, and the card quality is fantastic. I really hope that they come up with playmats with the outlines marked for your cards and score track in place of the paper ones. That would be really cool, and also some better premium tokens to use. That would be nice. On your turn, you simply follow these steps which are on the quick start rules leaflet. So at the start of your turn, you ready, set, draw. That is ready all exerted cards, set, any start of turn effects happen, and draw a card. Then on the main part of the turn, you get to play and use as many cards as you are able. The one thing you can do once per turn is to add an ink card to your inkwell. It's vital to do this early on in the game as you need ink to play your cards. One very important thing here, when you play a character card from your hand, you have only just drawn them, so their ink is still wet and you cannot use them this turn. On your next turn you will be able to use them, so you'll need to remember this. Action and item cards can be played and used straight away. It's just the character cards that need to let the ink dry first. Once you have finished doing everything you can do during the main phase, your turn is over and the next player takes their full turn. Here are some of the main things you will be doing on your turn. Playing a card as ink into your inkwell. You show your opponent that it has the inkwell icon and then place it face down into your inkwell pool. Play a card from your hand. I want to play Olaf. He has an ink cost of 1, so I exert or use one of my ink cards and put him into play. But don't forget, Olaf is a character and you have to let his ink dry first before using him. So I will place him down a little to remember that I cannot use him this turn. Going on your quest. You can use one of your characters in play, that is one that the ink has dried, and exert them. And you can quest for lore and gain lore points equal to the number of symbols on your character. Challenging. You can only challenge characters that have been exerted. Using a character in play that is dried, of course, you exert it and indicate which exerted character you are challenging. You deal damage to that character equal to your strength and take damage back from that character equal to its strength. If the damage on a character meets or exceeds its willpower, it is banished from the game and goes into the discard pile. You win the game if you are the first to collect 20 lore points, but it's worth noting that you can lose the game if you are to draw a card and your deck has run out. And there you have it, Disney Lorcana, a straightforward, easy to learn and play trading card game with exceptional artwork. Truly exceptional. We've been playing with just the 2 of the starter decks for a little while now, and at the end of each game we are immediately shouting, again, let's play again, regardless of who won or who lost. It's that much fun. Figuring out the best way to use your cards, which ones to play as ink, which ones to save to play to help you win the game. Working out combos to play to help you during the game, and figuring out how the 2 colours can work for you. I can see people buying a game just to collect the art if they are big Disney fans. And I can see people just happy enough to play with just the starter decks. and I can see people who would really want to dive into the game and buy a bunch of booster packs and build their own deck combinations to try out against their friends. And for all those reasons, I simply cannot recommend this game enough. It is truly wonderful fun. I really cannot wait for the booster packs to be available again. I wonder, will I get a super rare card in one of those packs, or even an enchanted card? Oh. Ravensburger, please take my money now. Have all of it. Give me boosters and plenty of them. So that's 2 massive Fun With Boxes thumbs up for Disney Lorcana. And there you have it. If you have enjoyed this video, please consider giving a thumbs up and click that old subscribe button. And do not forget that our friendly local game store, Rules of Play, based in Cardiff and Bristol, have a special 10% off online orders discount code for Fun With Boxes viewers. The code is on the screen, and a link to Rules of Play is in the description below. And as always, thanks for watching, and please take care.